What up, people of the world? My name is Jay, and welcome to this edition of Sleight of Hand 101. Today we're going to be working on kind of a difficult flourish today known as the Werm. So if you're ready, I know I'm ready, grab a deck of cards and let's get started. By the end of this video, you'll be able to perform a Werm, as well as a slight variation that I like to call the business tie. So let's get into it. We're going to start the Werm by figuring out our hand position. You're going to want to be in something called straddle grip. Now it looks like this. This is your dealer's grip. From dealer's grip, all you're doing is positioning your pinky to the bottom so that you can pinch between your pinky and your pointer finger. These two fingers down here are here for support, but technically they are not really necessary to hold on to the cards, but they're there for support, and your thumb does not have to do anything to hold the deck. Okay, so this is called your straddle grip. From this position, you're going to take your other hand and you're going to break off what's called an N. Now the best way to start this is you want to, with your middle finger of your opposite hand, so let's say you're holding the deck in your left hand, you want to take your right hand and with your middle finger, your thumb is down here and your middle finger's down here. Your ring finger is just here on the side, making sure that the deck doesn't fall out. What you want to do is break off a third of the pack with your middle finger. And you want to pivot with your thumb down here so it looks like this. You're just opening the alligator's mouth, essentially. Now in this position, you want to then break off this bottom portion over here, which is literally just holding everything back in straddle grip on this bottom pack, but this middle pack becomes pivoted between your pointer finger of your left hand and your thumb of your right hand. So it looks like this. It creates an N or a Z, however you want to think about it. So let's do that again. Break off with your middle finger and pivot on your thumb. Next, use your thumb and your other hand here, the hand that's holding the deck, to break off a last packet. So you should have 3 packets. One is still in your straddle grip down here. The middle packet is pivoted between your thumb here and your pointer finger here, so you can legitimately just break it off if you wanted to. And your third packet is pivoted between your thumb down here and your middle finger up here. It creates a Z or an N, however you want to think about it. From this position, you want to rotate straddle grip packet, the one that's been in your hand the entire time, downward. Once you've created the right angle, you want to take your opposite hand, for me that's my right hand, the one that's got the pivoted packet between your thumb over here and your middle finger, and you want to rotate that clockwise. So it should look like this, kind of an arch. So from the beginning, break into your N, rotate counterclockwise, and then rotate this one clockwise until you have your arch. Now, as you're rotating this one clockwise, you want to push off a card and rotate it clockwise with your pointer finger, making contact with your pinky down here, creating a box. Now, if you rotate up and down, you'll notice that the box wiggles, kind of like a worm, hence why it's called the Werm. With your left hand, you should have your pointer finger, your 2 fingers over here, and your pinky all in a straddle grip, just like we had at the beginning. Your thumb is not doing anything just of yet. So you should be straddled over here. Your thumb should be positioned over here, pivoting this top pack, as well as this pack over here. Your middle finger down here is pivoted between this card and this middle pack. And your pinky down here is pivoting this pack, as well as this card. So you should have this box. Your thumb back here is completely fine. These 2 fingers down here are not doing anything as well. So you're in this position. Now from this position, it should look like this. With your thumb, you're going to take the packet that's closest to your right hand, because I'm holding the straddle grip in my left hand. This is the right hand. If it's opposite for you, then do this in the opposite way. You're going to take this card, just one card, and you're going to rotate it, just like so, inwards. So it should look like this. You are going to make that card make contact with this pinky. So now your pinky is pivoting this card, and this pack. You should be like this. So from the beginning, break off your end, rotate this one counterclockwise and this one clockwise. Break off with your pointer finger, make contact. You are in this position now. With your thumb, take this card over here and rotate it, pivoted off your thumb over here, and make contact with your pinky down here. So you look like this. Now in this position, you want to take your straddle gripped hand over here and take the thumb that pushed that card over and steal the pivot from this thumb. So you're stealing that top pack. When you're here, all you need to do is release the pivot of your thumb down here with this card, the 7 of clubs down here, and open everything up. And now you have your worm. Now from the front, you can't see my thumb push this card over. That's what I'm doing from the back. Make contact with the pinky down here. Should be in this position. It's kind of a mess. You're going to take that thumb and steal this pivot from your other thumb over here. Break it off, and then with your pinky down here, break off this bottom card and pivot this middle card right here in between this thumb and this pinky down here. Open it all up. You can kind of rotate this card at the bottom down so it opens it up even more, and you have your worm. So kind of in a slow motion so we can see the whole thing, we're going to break off our N/Z, and as we rotate, you break off this card, make contact with your pinky. You can kind of wiggle this around a little bit. It's kind of fun to do that. People think it's interesting, and it also looks kind of robotic. You're going to do this for a little bit. Then with your thumb back here, take this card, spin it over. You can see that it's showing, but you can't see that your thumb's in the back. Spin it enough so that you can make contact. So kind of rotate your hands together, make contact with your pinky down here, and your thumb should have 3 pivots at this point. This one, the middle card, and this one. Your pinky will have 3 pivots, this card, the middle card, and this pack over here. This first pack is still straddled. You're going to take your thumb and steal that top pack. Let go with your pinky of this bottom card. Have that middle card pivoted between your thumb and your pinky, and open it up. And you will have what they call the worm. Now to clean up the worm, what you want to do is rotate everything back together. Just as you had opened it up, you want to rotate it back together, but instead of making contact with the pivot points, take this top pack and rotate it into your straddle grip, the one that's never moved, the pack that's never moved. Rotate this middle card clockwise until it reaches the same pattern and it lands there. Take this card that's sitting here, rotate your hands until the cards are parallel, and strip it off. And then you can either plop this pack on, or you can do a little dribble to get it on the rest. So let's look at the whole thing in slow motion. You open it all up, you have your worm. Bring this pack in, twist this card. It's probably about 180 degrees, so twist it until it fits. Strip off this card, dribble, or put the rest of the cards on. Now that is the worm. Now if you're looking to learn the business tie, my little variation, you're going to need to know how to do the worm 100%. So get that down first. If you do know the worm and you've practiced it enough and you have it down, what you want to do is rotate your right hand to make this card go clockwise. So you're rotating, this middle card is going clockwise. This hand down here kind of stays the same, and you're going to use your ring finger and your pinky to strip off this top pack. You're going to strip off 1 card. Okay? Once you've done that, you have your ring and your pinky pinching 1 card down here. When you open it back up, it just looks like a worm with an extra card, like this. What you want to do is you want to make contact with this pointer finger card here on your pinky, making a triangle of this card, this pack, and that card over there by the pinky, the one that I can't stretch and reach. But you want to make a triangle. Up here, you want to take your top pack and make your thumb make contact with this middle card down here, thus creating another triangle. This card down here can kind of stay astray, and you have your business tie. Now it's kind of cool if you want to bring it up to yourself, you can kind of show people, hey, check out my business tie and all this kind of stuff. You don't have to, but it's something that's interesting. That's kind of how I got the name for it. Now to clean up, it's the exact same. Rotate these cards, fit it, rotate. Now strip this card first, then strip this card, dribble the rest on. And that is the worm and the business tie. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you learned something. You know, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. It really does help me out, and I appreciate it so much. And you know, if you didn't like this video, which I can't really imagine why, you're not gonna lose sleep over it. Just hit that like button. Like I said, I appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Make sure you guys check out the description box. You can see my Twitter, my Facebook, and my blog pages. We can all stay connected and have a good time. And also, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video. I'll catch you guys later.